You know our initiative here at Fox 29, trying to save our streets. And here's a warning for teenagers in Philly. This is the first weekend that the updated summer curfew will be in effect because it went into effect yesterday.
So this includes moving the curfew time for teens 16 and 17 years old. So far, there have been 107 shootings involving people younger than 18. And the changes come after the mass shooting on South Street, and you see the video of it here, that ended up killing 3 people and injured 11 more. And also, of course, the rise in gun violence that we've been covering for, it's been several years now.
Oh, years, yeah. So we're at the station, and you too, a councilwoman, looking for any ideas that might help this thing, and your idea and other people's ideas about a curfew.
Yes.
We've talked about it over and over. So this is Katherine Gilmore Richardson, council member here in Philadelphia. It was signed on the 23rd, wasn't it, by City Council?
So the bill passed City Council on June 23rd.
Yeah.
The mayor signed the bill this week.
Okay, so it's in effect now.
Right now.
All right, let's break it down because there is a difference for age groups.
Yes. Yes, so we have a modified summer curfew in place for the remainder of this summer until September 29th. Those under 13, you have to be in the house by 9:30.
Okay.
Those 14 to 17, 10 o'clock for the rest of the summer.
And how will this work? So let's say that you're walking down the street, because these are police officers who will be
checking? Who will enforce this legislation,
Okay.
yes.
So let's say there's some kids on the street. It's after 10 p.m., just say for the older kids. How's that process going to work? The police officer walks up, and then what?
Sure. So what we seek to do initially is reunify the child with their parent or guardian. If that does not take place, if they're close enough to a community evening resource center, we'll take them to the center so they can receive resources and have a safe space to go to.
And when you say take them, sorry, I just want to make sure to clarify, they will escort them or just tell them to go?
No, they will take them to the community evening resource center in the cop car.
And what do you call these centers?
Community evening resource centers.
What are they?
And so we open community evening resource centers to help give young people resources in our community, to give them a safe space and have fun activities to do every day between the hours of 7 p.m.
Well, are
and
they
2 a.m.
schools? Are they rec centers? Like, what were they before they were called this?
So we have one located at Community of Compassion, CDC, at 6150 Cedar Avenue. They partner with trusted community messengers and folks in the community who are on the ground doing the work and know members of the community. We also have another location at Dixon House, which is 1920 South 20th Street off of 20th and Mifflin, and they have wonderful activities for the young people, from cooking classes, game rooms, yoga, basketball,
But these activities will be once the child arrives or after the curfew, or you're just saying these are in place already?
These are in place the entire night from 7 p.m. to 2 a.m. at every one of the community evening resource centers.
What happens at 2 a.m.?
And so we transport the children home. Each of the centers have transportation available to take the young people home.
Okay, and what if they just turn right around and go back out on the street?
And so we'll have to turn right back around and bring them in. But the goal of the community evening resource centers is to provide resources to the young person and their family to try to mitigate them from violating curfew in the future.
I don't think the mayor liked this, did he? But he signed it.
So the mayor did sign the legislation, and what I think it's important to understand is that there is a process here. First, we try to reunify the young person with their parent or guardian. If we're close to a community evening resource center, we take them to the center. If not, they go to the police district.
Okay. And right now there are 2, you mentioned.
There are only 2. We're opening up 2 more in August.
Okay.
One in the Northwest Division and the other in the Central Division.
But will they be held? I mean, when you say take them to the
they'll be held until they can be reunited.
Where you take someone who's committed a crime, or do you mean they'll just be sitting in a waiting area?
They'll just be sitting in the waiting area.
Well, I'm sure parents would want to know, you know, where their child's going to be put at the district.
The waiting area of the police district, what we used to call the police station.
Yes.
But we keep talking about police, and Mike mentioned the mayor had some hesitations about this before he signed. The concern was, and the discussion was, okay, well, our police officers, with everything that's going on, we've been talking about the gun violence and all that's happening, can we afford to have our police officers taking off those beats or taking off those patrols and to get our kids and put them in these resource centers?
And I appreciate those concerns, and I appreciate the concerns of the mayor, but I think it's important to understand the process and how this works. Again, we seek to reunify the child with the parent or guardian, or we take them to a community evening resource center, or we take them to the police district. And in fact, I was out in the 22nd Police District last night, talking to young people with the officers to let them know about this modified curfew and to let them know about the resources available in the community. So I think really understanding the process and communicating will be important throughout the remainder of this summer.
No, at least it's an attempt.
And since this is the first attempt for this, after this summer's over, will we be reviewing, getting feedback from the community, or what will be the next step then for the next year?
Sure, I look forward to receiving feedback from the community, but also looking at the data around the violations of curfew. We know as of June 9th, we have over 914 curfew violations, with 390 of them in our Southwest Division, which is our 12th, 16th, 18th, and 19th police districts. And so we're going to look at the data to help inform the policy decisions of the future.
Let us know how it goes. I'm sure
you.
we'll have you back like in 2 or 3 weeks.
Yes.
Yeah, just to
Give
see
us an
how things are
update.
going.
Yes.
Other cities have tried this.
Other cities have tried
yeah.
this, but we are layering the modified summer curfew with resources for young people to try to help them and their families.
And so that's the difference.
Yeah.
Okay.
Councilwoman, thank you.
Yes,
Thank you. Thank you.
What do you think?
We want to get your opinion.
Do you like it? Do you think it might work? Get on Twitter, use the hashtag Fox29.
Good day. Yep.
Good day.